let me. I have to find the Monday Mirage music.
Ooh, I like this.
Is that real or Mirage that I'm going to find the music for you right now? What do you think?
You can play whenever you want.
Huh?
Sometimes it scares. Oh, they'll scare me sometimes.
There it is. I produced that myself. All right, Monday Mirages. Goz gives a story. We all decide whether it's real, meaning get used to it. It's going to keep happening. It's just part of the world, or it's simply a mirage. Ignore it. It'll go away.
Let's start with New York Yankee pitcher Domingo Germán. Domingo Germán is underrated. Real or mirage?
I want to say I need more time, but that's not an option. So I'm going to say real, because as of right now, he's made, 2 appearances this year? And I don't believe he's given up a run.
The answer is real. Yes. Simple as that. This guy, he felt like he just showed up one day on the roster. You know, Yankee fans, you know most of the players.
Like Willie Mays Hayes, he just showed up for camp.
Yeah.
And nobody knew he was going to be there.
You know 95% of the guys, if not every player on your favorite team. At least you try to. All of a sudden, Germán just starts jogging out from the bullpen. You're like, who's this guy? Whoa, he's throwing fire right now. Nobody can touch this dude.
Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. He has given up runs this season, but not in the last 2 extended games.
He almost had a no-hitter against the Cleveland Indians yesterday, and he's really good.
Do you know Baltimore destroyed him back in April? April 8th, Baltimore, 2 2/3 innings. He gave up 3 earned runs.
That'll be the low point of his career. Everything else will be better from then.
I just wanted to give you I tease you so much. I wanted to give you something good.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Since he's been put in a starter role, even when Montgomery was hurt and he came in the second, he stepped up.
He's been very good. I'm also considering no longer calling the Orioles this season.
What is it?
The Norfolk Tides. I'm just going to keep calling the Norfolk Tides the AAA team. They're going out there. The Norfolk Tides logo is a dragon, by the way. So just
maybe they should be that. Maybe they should. They have little dragon boats in the Baltimore Bay there.
Dragon boats or duck boats?
I thought they had dragon boats. Maybe they have both, but I saw dragon boats.
I don't know if I know what a dragon boat is. The same thing as a duck boat?
Yeah, it's a little pedal boat. Okay. Looks like a dragon.
The next one here, real or mirage, Gleyber Torres could be an MVP candidate this season.
This season is where I think we have an issue. I think he is as good as advertised, which is saying something. But I think he'll get what happened. I'm going to say mirage, because Aaron Judge should have been the MVP last year and they gave him Rookie of the Year. Gleyber Torres will be the Rookie of the Year.
Okay. So all right. I'm going to go with real, though, because if we do any other sport, we look at how a team is progressing with that player on a team. We just talked about LeBron James. Where would the Cavaliers be without LeBron James? Probably a bad team. Tom Brady in football. Derek Carr got a run for the MVP. Didn't win it, but Matt Ryan did. You go through all these scenarios of where would this team be without that player? We have that answer right now with Gleyber Torres. Now, his stats aren't great. He's not like Aaron Judge was last season. He's doing fine. He's probably have an average, a little slower start than maybe some Yankee fans had hoped. But the Yankees are so much better with him on the team. And the wins and losses are showing it. He's hitting home runs, walk-off hits, the youngest since Mickey Mantle to do it. If we built an MVP case and said, here's why he's important and valuable, which is the word, not most outstanding, most valuable, yeah, he's a serious candidate if he continues to improve real for the young rookie.
Okay, so ESPN Stats and Info, the mothership, broke out their calculators, and based on his 15 games that he's played so far, they extrapolate he will play 71 games this season. He'll have 33 runs, 81 hits, 10 home runs, 52 RBIs, a 327 average with an OPS of 857.
Yeah, it's not great.
327 average in modern day baseball? Over 71 plus games?
But less than 55 RBIs and less than 12 home runs?
He just started hitting home runs now. So
yeah, if you can fix those stats, he'll be okay. But no, over 300 is really good.
Let's say he hits 320, 20 home runs, and has 75 RBIs.
Are the Yankees a 100-win team and still in first place?
With or without him?
Oh, I think I don't think they can be a 100-win team without Gleyber Torres. Look how good they've been with him. If he's off the team, I can't say that. That's the other big part of that, too. This team is way better with him.
Didi's the MVP, man. Come down.
Didi's good, but Gleyber Torres, they've been better with him.
Gleyber good.
The next one here, the Albany Empire needed that first victory over the weekend.
You know, I've been on record of saying because of the current structure of the AFL, it really doesn't matter what happens in the regular season. I didn't care as long as they kept getting better. But I'm going to go real because when you're there, and anybody who hasn't been to a game yet, get to one, because after the game, you come down on the field, you get autographs, the players mingle with you, the whole nine. The vibe on the field this week compared to week one. Week one was quiet. Week one was, and look, they played a good game week one. They got, they ended up losing by a big number, but they were in that game. It was almost like a wake. It was you were there with me Saturday night after that game. Nobody wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Malachi Jones is running around. Hills is running around. Cave, the big offensive lineman. My daughter's like, 68 Cave is a mountain of a man. I want his autograph. I was like, oh, get it. So I think they did. I think it's real. I think they did need it.
I think so, too. I think when you're a new fan base, and what I'm talking about is like Empire fans. There may have been Firebird fans in the past or other incarnations of arena football teams. But when you're saying, hey, I'm buying the T-shirt, I'm buying the hat, I want this to be my team, you want them to do well, especially when you're new. Because if your team is bad to the start, then you got to start answering questions. Ugh, seriously, you bought such and such hat? Like the Vegas Golden Knights could have had this happen, or anybody else. You got to become a fan and be proud of the team that you're rooting for, and that first victory definitely helped them out there. Another local team was doing big things, and we'll talk more about this at the bottom of the hour. Real Mirage, the U-Albany men's lacrosse team, is currently a top 2 team in the country.
Real. We talked to Roger. We've kicked this around ourselves. I've posted an article at 1045theteam.com. Scott Marr has something special here. I know Connor Fields is next level good, and you can't lose a Connor Fields and mid-season or end of the season and completely rebound from that. So I really, really believe with everything happening on the right way, with him healthy, I believe they're a championship team. I believe they get there and they win it. If he's not there, it's bad, but there's still so much talent on that team. And if let's say when they play Richmond, is it next Saturday?
It is Saturday, May 12th,
this
5
Saturday,
o'clock.
Okay.
Yep.
At Casey Field. Let's say he doesn't play that whole game and they go out there and they work them. Confidence will grow. I think they're definitely at least the number 2 team. I think if Connor can get healthy in time, I think they're number 1.
A lot of those were good things, but I'm going to bump them down to 3, and here's why. Because Yale,
I love Syracuse, man.
Syracuse is barely an 8. Hobart,
all right.
believe it or not, Hobart did not make the field this year, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah, it's shocking stuff.
Robbery.
U-Albany should be 3 just because Yale beat him up this season. Now, Connor Fields wasn't playing. Yale was much better. He wasn't 100%. Yale beat Albany. If you flipped Yale and Albany and moved the Great Danes to 3, I wouldn't have an issue with that. And maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll get that Yale versus Albany rematch at Foxborough this year. That's the only little beef. Last year, I thought they got way underseeded. If someone told me Yale should have had it, they could say, well, Yale lost to this team and that team. The head-to-head matchup should have played more of a factor there, but maybe they won't even end up being a big thing. And the Connor Fields stuff is all right on point. I got 2 more for you here. Real Mirage, LeBron James is having his best postseason ever.
Real. This team needs him more than any team has ever needed him to get where they're going to go. I didn't even know if they could beat the Raptors, and obviously the Raptors don't believe in playing postseason basketball, so that helps. But to just tell you how good LeBron has been this postseason, I may have hit the keg. Well, throwing back some blue ribbon the other night. And I may have been walking around the house. Sometimes I dream that he is me. Be like LeBron. I like to be like LeBron. Like I had to steal the old Gatorade commercial and make it about LeBron. That's how good LeBron's been.
Mirage for me, and here's why. LeBron, like as great as these stats are, and as well as he's playing and all of those things, he is such a legendary player that we as fans are not going to remember how many points and rebounds and assists he averaged in a postseason. It's going to come down to, did he win a championship at the end of the season? Because that's what LeBron James's expectations are. So it's Mirage for now. If the Cavaliers actually do it and beat whoever it is, the Warriors or the Rockets in the conference finals, likely the Warriors, then I'll say real. He did the best he possibly could do. He had the best postseason he could have had. But until that happens, it's a Mirage for me. Last one here involves horse racing. You, my friend, nailed the trifecta. You called it on our sister station, WGNA. I cannot wait to hear
I
your
called
bet.
it here.
That's right, here on 104.5 Team. Next Friday, I'm already going to look forward to placing a wager that you say, but Real and Mirage, Justify is a legitimate Triple Crown contender.
I got to say Real. Didn't race at all as a 2-year-old, so he broke the curse of Apollo, which for anybody who doesn't know, it was 1886. Apollo was the last horse to win the Kentucky Derby when not winning a single race as a 2-year-old. And he just looks better than everyone else. He had a good run, but as I watch it, and again, we were at the Empire game, so I had to watch it on the replay. He looked like he had a lot left. And I've actually read that they said he was a, quote, handful after the race because he wasn't tired. So he could very well do the Triple Crown. I'm going to go Real.
I had heard that Bob Baffert was saying if Justify is ahead of the field when they hit the final turn, it's not even going to be close. If he's ahead of 18 horses, he'll be fine. I'm like, okay, everyone has confidence in their horse. He was so right. Like, this was not... I was shocked about how good that horse looked. Nobody was close to him. Like, there were times in the Derby where horses get tested. American Pharoah got tested. Some could make the argument American Pharoah's worst race of the Triple Crown races was the Kentucky Derby because he had to fight off some horses coming on at the end. Justify was awesome. The answer to this is Real. I wasn't a big fan of him going in. I'm seeing the field right now, and you have as well, about who's likely to run the Preakness. They had him as a 1-2 favorite going into that race.
He's already a 1-2 favorite.
And that's a double-digit horse field. That's with 10 horses in that field. That's not a small field like Pharoah had. I think Pharoah had, including him, there were 8 horses in the field. So Real Justify's legitimate Triple Crown contender.
Yeah, I'm going to start. It's so bad because I love the TV show Justified when it was on. That horse is as tough as Raylan Givens. Marshall from Harlan County.
Is that off the air? I thought Justified was good. Yeah. Huh.
But they did finish it.
Good.
You know my thing.
Yeah.
If you run a show for like more than 3 seasons, you should be congressionally obligated to write an ending. And if you don't write an ending, you should be banned from Hollywood until you write at least a 3-episode story arc that ends the whole thing, wraps it up nicely.
I'm with you. Real. Absolutely real. It's so frustrating because you know what? Even when the show is off the air for like 2 to 3 years, you might see an actor who was on that show, and then you're like, I wonder how that show would have ended.
How's Raylan doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that it?
That's it. Usually I have some funny one about like lifestyle or pop or music. I got nothing this week. Pretty boring week with everything else besides sports.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Real or Mirage? If the Yankees win the World Series, CC Sabathia is going to retire. You can answer next.